What's up, guys? It's Coop Dizzle here, and welcome back to another episode of Sanctuary. It is another beautiful day here, and we're starting the episode off in Photog Heights today, but it's going to be a huge episode. I'm so excited for this episode. We've got some really amazing projects to do back at Sanctuary. Let me just grab... Oh wait, I've got my armor on me. I dumped some stuff off in this chest over here so I could take my armor off. Let me scoop some of that up real quick. These, and we need that and that. I think, yeah, my inventory is full, so we're good. So the reason, oh, wait, by the way, thank you guys so much for all of your support on the recent videos. The support you guys gave on the last episode of the Diamond Society was huge, tremendous. Thank you so much. And if you do enjoy this episode, please make sure and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. So, the reason we're starting off in Photog Heights today, even though we've got some really major additions to make over in Sanctuary, is because I got a warning from Notch a couple episodes ago. He came to me in a dream and said that a dark and powerful force is planning to attack not only Sanctuary, but the entire world. And then last episode, I had a nightmare. Oh, okay, that turned out alright. I had a nightmare that Photog Heights, or maybe it was 2 episodes ago, Photog Heights came under attack by like an ender dragon, which is really weird, and also some withers. And so what I thought we should do to start off the episode today is I really need to try to find a way to make Photog Heights defensible. And the only thing I can really think of, because I don't really have the means to make like fireballs or whatever, like to make an automated trap of some sort. I already set this up. There it is, way over there. Okay, so basically I want to create a warning system. I need something to sort of detect when mobs or enemies are in the area so that I can rush over here from Sanctuary to try to defend it. We're going to have to eat pretty soon here. And so I've got something set up that I want to show you guys. I think you're going to think this is really, really cool. So, because if there is a possibility of an end dragon, which is really weird, I don't think I've ever seen an end dragon in the overworld, but it may be possible. So, we've got this beacon set up, and the idea is if a dragon flies through this beacon, it's going to do this. So check this out. It changes colors. Cool, right? So yeah, so we've got that as a starting point, and basically we want to set some of these beacons up surrounding Photog Heights so that if anything flies through one, it will basically activate the signal, and then we can figure out a way to sort of get that back to me at Sanctuary. Now this is really, really simple redstone, guys. I'll show it to you real quick here. Yeah, there you go. You can see it's just a piston. It gets activated by this redstone, and it pushes a red glass in there, which helps to... Oh, I thought I grabbed some dirt. Maybe I didn't. Can I? Oh my gosh. Okay. I might have to ender pearl my way out of here. So anyway, yeah, it's just a really simple system. But the problem is, if I'm all the way over in Sanctuary, like this would be good for anyone who's living in Photog Heights because they could see it. They could see the color change, and they would know that it's time to run for your life. But for me, all the way over in Sanctuary, I'm not going to be able to know what's going on there. So to deal with that, I guess I'll just scaffold with these iron blocks here. What I want to do is, okay, this block should be getting a redstone signal. So if we just build a post like this, maybe? Is that tall enough? I feel like that's not tall enough. Let's go taller. So that redstone signal, now I'm not a redstone expert, sorry, but I think the redstone should travel up this post. Jeez, I can't words. And we'll get this note block here. Let's get ourselves an item frame. Nope, like that. And then you can see I got all these discs, and they were other songs. I renamed them to a siren. So if we just pop one of those in here, now we've got ourselves a little speaker that plays a siren noise, right? So let's pop down here and give this thing a test. I have basically customized these discs so they play a certain sound. So basically, let's say that I am a wither, right? And I'm flying through, and I'm flying low to the ground. I cross through here. Yeah, there it is. Oh my gosh, that's freaking loud. Okay, that'll work. Let's just reset that real quick, please. Okay, man, that was loud. All right, so I think that's going to work because hopefully if the residents of Photog Heights don't see the beacons change color, they can hear the siren noise, right? So what I'm going to do now, I've got to kind of plop these all over the place. I went around the server. These are not my beacons. I collected beacons from everyone's houses and bases and just wherever I could find them. And I think that's kind of fair, right? Because, you know, they actually don't play on this map anymore. It's a single-player world now, so I don't think they'll mind. It's to help protect Photog Heights that we all created together. And since it's a community thing, I didn't think they would mind. So that's the system, guys. We've got a system that can track aerial enemies if they cross through the beacon, and that will send a signal to the speaker up there, which will play a warning siren. So I'm going to go around Photog Heights. I'm going to finish installing the rest of these, and I'll show you what that's like when we're done. Alright, so I've got all of the beacons in place. Unfortunately, most of them are out of render distance, but like you can see a speaker over there, a beacon with a speaker over there. Beacon with a speaker. Jeez, I can't talk today. I'm sorry. Let's pop over to, let's see. Who is this? This was St. Patrick's Place, his little lookout post. He used to guard Photog Heights back when everyone was still living here. But yeah, so I just have them like all surrounding the area. There's one over there, and I don't know if we'll be able to see any from over here. I'm almost out of ender pearls. But you get, holy cow, where am I? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, you get the idea. They're surrounding the whole place. Okay, that's Alex's place. He's got the 4 beacons. I didn't take any of his because his beacons are actually holding, they kind of like suspend his house. If we took those beacons away, this whole thing would come crashing down. So I didn't want to do that. But yeah, so the whole place is kind of covered and protected now. I think we've got pretty good coverage. That's normal. That's not one of our beacons. I guess that's E Squared's beacon. So the next thing that we need to do is to head back to Sanctuary and make sure that when one of these beacons is triggered and those sirens are triggered, that a siren at Sanctuary gets triggered. So basically, it's just to make sure, like, because again, I have to be able to know when things are going down over here. So I'm going to build one of those siren speakers over at Sanctuary. That way if one of these gets triggered, yeah, the one at Sanctuary will get triggered. That makes sense, right? So I'm going to head back to Sanctuary. I'll see you over there in just a little bit. Tell you what, from way up here you get a really nice view of this starry sky, although the sun is just about to come up here. But yeah, so we're up here at the top of Sanctuary Observation Tower. I just finished installing that last speaker with the siren, so we should be good to go. I think that Photog Heights should be pretty secure at this point. And you know, if any intruders pop in over there, this should go off no matter where we are in Sanctuary. We should be able to hear it, and hopefully we'll be able to get over there in time. But now we've got to move on to the main projects for this episode. And guys, I am so excited for this project. And this is actually the main project. I say projects, it kind of is multiple projects in one, however many we can get done in this episode. So this is just, we're going to talk about this more in a minute, but I just wanted you to see it from this view so you could kind of see that shape down there. This build is going to be crazy, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's finished. And also, I hope you enjoyed that opening time lapse. We'll go check out this cliffside up close and in person in a second. But I really love how this waterfall turned out. I think that that's the best waterfall so far. And yeah, I put some detail here along the top, not too much, just a little bit, because we might be coming back to that here sooner rather than later. But first, before we get to all of that stuff, I did some work off camera, just trying to do some little projects to kind of tidy things up. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and update the map too. So we can update this one. And okay, it's filling in. If I get a little bit closer, will it finish filling in, or do I have to go all the way over there? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I think that's as much as it's going to do. Oh, man. All right, hang on a second. Okay, we're back. We've got our updated map, and check that out. That looks so much cooler. I started doing a little bit of work to that top floor. Actually, you can kind of see it. That was one thing that I did off camera, but I didn't quite finish it. We're going to put in a pool and a garden up there, which I think was suggested by one of the subscribers. If I can go find that comment, I'll put it up on the screen there. But yeah, so that's in progress, and it looks really cool. And you can even see the cliff that we added is in sort of like the top part, and the platform is there. It looks so much better. So happy to get that part of the map updated. Yeah, man, that looks a lot cooler for sure. And then over here somewhere, yep, there's our platform in progress over there as well. So we'll get that popped in. It looks like we need to update this one as well. Oh yeah, the roads. We've got the roads too. So much stuff that hasn't been updated. Oh wow. Man, that looks so much different. It looks so much better. That is cool. Alright, so let's pop on down, unless my lag kills me first. Let us pop on down to the chest room. And this was the biggest project that I did off camera, was the addition of this super smelter right here. Now I'm actually really proud of this because for the most part I was able to design this on my own. The only thing that I couldn't quite figure out on my own was the, well, I'll show you in a second. But yeah, so here's where you put in your fuel. Over here is where you put in the items that you want smelted. They all get distributed fairly equally across here, and then your output is right there. And in fact, I'm constantly running low on smooth stone these days, so let's see, how much cobblestone do I have left? A whole bunch. Let's go ahead and grab another row of these. And just so, this is just so I can kind of demonstrate it better for you guys how the system works. And then let's grab, now full stacks. One thing I will say is that you really need to use full stacks with this system. Otherwise, it kind of gets broken. So I'm not too sure what to do about that. Oh wait, that's the output. So this should be fuel, right? Get it? There we go. All right, so fuel, we're going to pop those in there. We're going to open this up and pop these in here. Cool. And then we're going to go back here and watch this baby in action. So let's hop up here like so. And actually, we might not get to see too much excitement. But what you can see is that these minecart chests are now in place, right? And actually, this one over here isn't going to move for quite some time. This is where the cobblestone is going, I believe. Yeah, so basically, this thing isn't going to move. Can I access the chest? It's really weird, like, to get to this chest. Oh, no. I hope I didn't break something. Can I get it? There we go. So basically, one of two things will happen. Either once this hopper is empty or once this chest is full, then this block will retract. And basically the way that's detected is through these comparators, right? So right now this one's lit up, which is pushing this piston into place. But once this hopper is empty, this one will oh, see there, that one goes. But yeah, so once this turns off, this piston will retract, which will allow this minecart to go on its merry way. This one over here is where we put our coal, and I guess it already grabbed all the coal. So you can see, since that hopper is empty, that block is retracted, which is allowing this to move back and forth and distribute that coal evenly between all of these furnaces. So the loading bay is a Sumovoid's design. If I can remember, I'll put the link to that in the description. But yeah, super helpful. I tried really hard to figure that circuit out on my own, and I just wasn't able to. But the rest of this stuff was all me, buddy. So not that that was really anything hard. So anyway, it's been super helpful. I'm really excited to have this up and running and online and part of the chest room. I think it makes the chest room look a little bit better, because instead of this just being a blank wall, now we've got something to kind of break that up, just like we do over here. And there are other additions to the chest room that we're going to make over time. But yeah, just gradually, you know, baby steps. So the next thing that we're going to do, I guess, is go check out that cliffside up close. Okay, so here we are. We're over here at the World Trade Center, and here is how the cliff looks from down here. I think this thing looks totally epic. And of course, just like with the other cliff before, we haven't added any of the detail blocks yet, so we still have to do all of that stuff just to break up this smooth stone texture. But check out this waterfall, man. It looks fantastic. I love it. And yeah, the area up there, okay, I'll tell you a little story about this area up here. I need to eat something real quick. Ooh, we just barely made it up here, didn't we? But yeah, so eventually we're going to build some cave systems into this mountain. So we're going to have one opening over here, and then come over this way, we're going to have another opening over there. So I went ahead and installed a path, and I still need to come through and bone meal and maybe put in some bushes for lighting and stuff like that. But I love how this looks. Like, this is going to be such a cool little part of Sanctuary when you're walking through, you know what I mean? Because you're, you know, just going from one place to the other place, you've got that really cool waterfall. And these rock formations here, just kind of serving as scenery. With all this in the background, Sanctuary is turning out to be really cool, guys. I'm loving it. Also off camera, I did do a little bit of work on the roads. I missed. Okay. Did a little bit of work on the roads. I got all of the end rods in place on all of the supports, and I started to do end rods on the oh, dang it, I was on the road for just a second. I started doing it on the inside too, right here. And I just ran out of them. So I did go and get a whole lot more poppy, I think they're called, and I got a bunch of cracked poppy going. I just need to go get a whole lot more blaze rods. So I don't know, we may have to build a blaze farm at some point in the future. But yeah, lots of work off camera, guys. I tried to do a lot, get a lot done, but now we are on to this project right here. So let me give you a picture, as I normally do. I'll throw a picture up on screen of what this is based on. I think it's called the Palais Lumiere, something like that, but it's a skyscraper. I don't know if it's completed yet, but it's being planned for Venice, and you can kind of see where that shape on the right came from. So it's gonna be super, super cool, and basically, the way this is eventually gonna get laid out, allow me to swim over here, is that now the original skyscraper has 3 towers, right, and they're sort of connected by those circular bits that stack. And so for Minecraft, that is extremely hard to do. I've done it once, it was a huge pain. And one thing I learned from BC on the Diamond Society, he built a 1-to-1 scale of the Seattle Space Needle, and it looks absolutely incredible. But he built 4 support structures, or 4, I don't know what you call them, legs. And he basically did that because doing them on the diagonal in Minecraft is so much harder. And so I decided to take that approach here. So we're going to have, instead of 3 towers, we're going to have 4 towers, all in the cardinal directions. And I think just to make it look cooler, the road may actually meet up over here at the diagonal so that you approach it kind of like this, right? And basically each one of these towers, you're not going to really be able to go inside the towers, but you're going to access chests like right here. So all the chests are going to be right here. And what is this farm? This is going to be the villager-powered wheat, carrot, potato, beetroot farm. So we're going to have, I think, about 5 farms all stacked on top of each other. And yeah, that's the plan. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking about it because I've got a lot of work to do. I haven't built this in creative mode, and basically what I need to do is I need to kind of lay this thing out. I'm going to be using dirt to sort of lay out the base, or I may use some stuff. I've got some materials. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I'll show this off real quick. A bunch of dirt, a bunch of andesite. I think we're going to use glass. I don't know what color glass we're going to use yet, and I'm probably thinking about just using dark oak wood for the flooring, just because I already have tons and tons of that. But yeah, I think that's going to be most of what we need. Maybe some other gray blocks as well. So I've got this sort of curve done. What I really want to do next is sort of try to figure out the other curves. But to do that, I'm going to need to figure out where all of the farms are going to be located. So yeah, it's just super complicated. Give me probably a couple of hours, but for you, just a blink of an eye. I'll be right back and show you kind of what it looks like or how it's going to be laid out. So yeah, that whole double chest full of andesite that I showed you a second ago, I totally burned through that whole thing already. So I figured since I had to do some mining that I'd just record a little bit and take this opportunity to give you guys a brief update, okay? So the first thing is, as always, I want to say thank you guys again so much for your support on the videos. We are killing it on the last couple of Diamond Society episodes. The stats on those are incredible, and it's just awesome. Thank you so much. So next week, I think the only video you're going to get is going to be a Sun versus Minecraft episode, and that's because the Coop Dizzle family, the one that lives in my house, that is, we're going to be going to California, and we're going to be 2 days at Disneyland. We've got 3 days just to kind of hang out. We're going to go whale watching, and I'm going to meet up with an old friend I haven't seen since 1999. I'm so excited. So it's going to be a great trip. And, you know, Mrs. Coop Dizzle, she's really not feeling very well, but she's hanging in there, man. She's such a trooper and a champ, and she is just determined to go and have fun with her family while she can. So it's going to be a great trip. That being said, I've only got about 4 days to prep a video, and that's not enough time for like a Diamond Society or a Sanctuary. So hopefully, Dangerous D and myself, we're going to be recording tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get a fun episode out for you guys to check out, okay? The other big thing that I wanted to mention is that the Discord chat, holy cow, we have like 7 or 8 people in the Discord chat now, and it's really, really cool. Like, I feel like the Coop Dizzle fam is really becoming a thing, not just because you guys are blowing it up in the comments and in the likes and sharing and all of that stuff, but also just it's really cool, like hanging out with other Coop Dizzle family members, just chatting about random stuff. We've done a play session on the Diamond Society. I showed one of them around here in Sanctuary, and it's just been a really cool thing. So in the video description, I'm going to post those links again. One is for the Discord website. You can use Discord either on the website directly, or you can download it for your desktop. And the second link is going to be an invitation link. So once you have Discord, once you have an account set up, you just click that link and you'll automatically join the Coop Dizzle family Discord chat. No pressure, just if you want to, you know, but it's been a really great group so far, and hopefully we can get some more Coop Dizzle family members on board. And just as a reminder, you do need to be a part of that group if you're going to play, like do any work on the Diamond Society theme park, or if you're going to get tours of Sanctuary or anything like that, okay? But guys, thank you again so much for all of your support. I love you guys, and yeah, let's get back to the episode. Alright guys, so we got a lot done here. Look at this thing, it looks absolutely crazy. Wow, I really had hoped to get more done on this project, but man, just these right here, there are 6 of these like discs, and these are where each of our farms is going to go. They're all a different size, and this one is intentionally, by the way, slanted off to the right side here. But yeah, I just could not possibly get any more done on this project. I wonder if I can ender pearl all the way over there. Let's find out. So let me show you what I've got though, okay? Oh, I landed on top of a floor. That's cool. So basically with all of these discs, they're all laid out the same way. And this really wasn't how I was planning to kind of start the tour here, but that's how we're going to do it. So on this level, this is where we're going to put our dirt for our crops and all that stuff. So like this one, I think is the smallest one. But basically what will happen is, let's see, 1, 2, so right here, this is where the crop is going to drop down onto this block. And then depending on what crop it is, it's going to get pushed into one of these hopper systems right here. So from there, the hoppers go all the way down, and I tell you what, let me just jump down there. It'll be a little bit faster. Yep, there we go. So it's going to go all the way down. Now ignore these hoppers. This is completely for looks, just to keep it consistent with what's going on up above. Actually, those are meant to be like support beams, right? And I wanted to do a different design completely. I didn't want it to be hoppers, but it's just a limitation of space and how big these things are. This is kind of what I had to go with aesthetically, which is not my first choice, but it is what it is, right? So at any rate, depending on what crop it is, it's basically on this level right here, all of the crops from above are going to come down here, and they're going to get pushed into one of these 4 hopper chains. Sorry, I had to take a second to think about that, but yeah, the basic idea is that the hoppers will come down here and feed into clocks that power dispensers, and we'll have water streams that push the crop into the correct place. So for example, one crop will go down here, and okay, perfect. I can't remember which one this is going to be, but yeah, you get the idea. It'll fall into this this hopper right here, and then I have the redstone set up for the filters, and actually I did all that work and I realized that only one of these 4 quadrants is going to require actual item sorting, and that's going to be the wheat and seeds quadrant. But the rest of these, it's just 1 crop each, so I'm going to get to tear out most of this redstone. But yeah, so the other thing that's going to happen too is that any excess items, once all these chests fill up, all the excess items are going to be carried over. Which way is that facing? Like this one will be carried off in this direction, and then it's going to be dispensed again into like a tunnel, or I guess a tube, and that tube is actually going to go below the platform, so it'll be, yeah, basically under the floor of the platform. And there will be more water streams that carry it into some more chests, and those chests are going to basically get picked up by minecart hoppers, or actually minecart chests is what we'll do. And we're going to have 2 sets. So the first set is going to be programmed to go off to the villager trading center. That way, once all this stuff fills up, like initially I can come over here and grab what I need, but one day all of this stuff will fill up, and the excess will first go to the villager trading center so that the chests over there will automatically get filled up while I'm not doing anything at all. That way I can just go trade whenever I want to, right? That'll be pretty sweet. And then the second set, there will be another minecart chest that takes excess items all the way over to, well, actually down here to the chest room. So the chest room will automatically get filled up. So once all of these chests fill up, and all the chests over there fill up, and the chests in the chest room fill up, we will be at max capacity. And basically we're going to have some item killers over there and some item killers in the chest room as well. So that's kind of how that's going to work. Hopefully, I don't know, that's kind of a lot of redstone clocks, and chances are there are going to be more here in Sanctuary. So I'm really hoping that over time the space doesn't just completely lag out. Like, this is a lot of hoppers, and it could cause an FPS drop for some people. So anyway, that is where we stand, guys. It took me forever to get these circles figured out. I tried to already go ahead and do some detail on the underneath side to do like structural kinds of bits and pieces. And overall, I think it looks pretty cool so far. And I can't wait to get the rest of it done. I really wish that I could have gotten more done, but there is so much to this project. Like, I always think about these projects, and I'm like, yeah, that'll be no problem. I'll just build some circles, and then we'll do the glass and the hoppers. And it's going to be a technical monster, is basically what it is. Not as bad as the chest room, but it's going to be like the next best thing to that chest room. So, guys, that's going to do it for us in this episode. Let me de-armor here. Thank you guys so much. Hang on, let me get to a better spot. Ah, that's better. So, guys, thank you again so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure and hit that like button for me. Feel free to share the video as well, help spread the word about the series and the channel. And if you're new, subscribe, become part of the Coop Dizzle family, and follow along as we continue to build our epic base here at Sanctuary. And hey, don't forget, hang out with me in the comments as well. Let me know what you think about this project, and if you have any ideas for what we can do around here. Until next time, guys, thank you again so much, and may you be happy, may you be well, and take care. I'll see you later.